All right, hey everybody. Hopefully I'm going live here. I just had some technical issues, and I apologize if those technical issues aren't resolved here. I'm double checking here just to make sure that I am actually on here live. Let me refresh some stuff here and see if I am actually on here. So I appreciate your patience if you're still waiting there for me. I'm looks like hopefully it should be working for me here. I'm looking to see if I got anything live yet. So again, I apologize. I haven't done this in a really long time, and I think there were some updates and some different things that were not going there, and so it looks like I think now, yep, there we go. Looks like I should be up and running now here on this live stream, and let me see if I can view what's going on. So, I guess I'll go ahead and start talking about some updates here with the Daily Bell Ringer. Of course, it's the end of the school year. Hopefully you're excited that it's getting to the end of the school year here. I know some of us might be done already, and some of us might be still have another week to go. I still have another week to go. A week from tomorrow will be my last day of teaching for the year. But I'm hoping that the Daily Bell Ringer has been a good resource for you. That's been something that you've been able to learn from, have been able to use in the classroom, and everything like that. So again, hopefully you've enjoyed it. And again, please put any comments in the chat if you'd, got any suggestions or some things, you've done this year with the Daily Bell Ringer or whatever. But some exciting stuff here with the Daily Bell Ringer that I'm really, I guess, pretty happy about. One big thing is we just crossed 25,000 subscribers on the Daily Bell Ringer, and I know it's a relatively small number in terms of the big YouTubers and everything, but for me personally, again, I felt like when I first started making some of these videos, and again, the whole reason I started making these videos was just to help one other teacher that I worked with, and then my wife said, why don't you put them out there for everybody? And now I have many people that are watching the videos, that are using them and everything. And so I was just thinking I would maybe just have my own class that would be watching them, like maybe 30 or 40 people that might be actually watching them. So to hit 25,000 subscribers is a huge thing, and just something that something that I never thought would happen. And oh wait, hey Michelle, I see you just jumped on here talking about some ancient civilization stuff. Yeah, I'm excited to keep on going with more ancient civilization and everything. I'm going to talk about that more here later on, how I'm going to continue making some more ancient civilization. But since you're on here, if you have a suggestion for like what civilization you'd like me to hit next, I've got ancient Egypt, I've done Mesopotamia, the ancient Greeks, the ancient Romans, that stuff. And of course, I'm still in the midst of working on the ancient Romans playlist and everything. But if you have some suggestions of some things you'd like to see, please let me know. And then too, I see some people using Civil War videos. Awesome. Some of my older stuff, I feel like the older stuff is not as good as some of the newer stuff that I've made. But thanks again for watching and for using that. But one big thing I was going to talk about here, again, we just hit 25,000 subscribers, which is just amazing and unbelievable to me that could actually happen, that many people would be watching. But then too, we just crossed 5 million views on the channel. I've been doing this for a little over 3 years. And I mean, again, it's not like it is a big number, but it's not absolutely massive and everything. But again, I'm excited that teachers and students are finding them useful. And again, that's my main goal is, I'm a teacher myself. I mean, I work full-time as a teacher, and I do this on the side. This is kind of my side little hobby and everything, but it's something that I want to have out there to help teachers out and to help students out, and that it's something simple and kind of, a trustworthy source for everything. So again, I'm excited that people are watching. So thank you so much for watching this year. And again, please let me know, if you're in the comments there, let me know how much longer you got left of the school year here, because I know we're all looking forward to summer. Maybe some of you are on a different schedule where you have a shorter summer break or whatever. But again, I'm excited to be done here soon with school. I need a little bit of a break. But one thing I was going to bring up here real quickly as I'm talking about what's new with the Daily Bell Ringer. You've probably heard me talk about before, maybe you've seen in the video descriptions, of course I always have the questions in the video descriptions, but I also have a lot of worksheets that go directly with the videos. And let me see if I can jump over here, see if my screen will go over here to this other view, see if I can find it here. So yeah, this is what I wanted to talk about here. So on my website, website dailybellringer.com, www.dailybellringer.com, which again you'll find a link down in the video description for this. But here on my website, of course, is where I have a lot of resources. I think some teachers don't realize if you're looking for like a way to expand maybe the Daily Bell Ringer, like maybe use it as a warm up, but then every now and then you might use it as a as a full lesson. And even like, you know, a lot of times like homework assignments, or like if you're a sub, or if you're needing a sub one day, or you have to step out of the room and you just need a quick lesson, a lot of times these worksheets they're kind of my go-to, honestly. And I know my students probably kind of get sick of it every now and then. But again, if you go to my website here, you'll see if you click on worksheets, it'll open up all these different worksheets, and there's different worksheet packets, and each one of the worksheets include like additional questions, and a lot of them have different graphs or different art activities or writing prompts, things like that. So like here you can see with the Constitution, you can get the full pack, or you can go like worksheet by worksheet and simply get it there. And again, I always have links in the video description if there's a worksheet that goes directly with the video. But with these worksheets, what I was going to point out here is right now I've got this end of year sale going on. And so it's 20% off purchases over $25. So say maybe you're planning for next year, maybe take a look at that because it might be a resource that'll make things a little bit easier for you in lesson planning and everything. So, and again, even if you're a classroom teacher, maybe you're a home educator and you're trying to look for some supplemental materials, these worksheet packets are very, very simple lessons. And, a lot of them, like I said, have art activities, writing prompts, primary sources. That's a big one that, we as history teachers try to hit a lot, is using primary sources. A lot of them have primary sources that go directly with the video, that basically tie directly in with what I talked about in the video. So anyway, if you're interested, check this out. It's 20% off purchases over $25. It's end of year 2024 is the promo code. So when you go to checkout there on the website, if you go to checkout, there'll be a thing to put in a promo code, and you'll get 20% off if it's over $25. And that goes through, I think, June 9th is when that sale. Yeah, June 9th is when that's all going to end. But anyway, again, I don't want to spend my whole time here doing a sales pitch. I want to talk more about like what's going on with the Daily Bell Ringer and everything. So as far as like what's coming up here with the Daily Bell Ringer, as I said, one big thing is I want to continue working on the world history stuff. That's a big thing that I found a lot of teachers are finding useful. And of course, I'm teaching my own 6th grade world history course right now. And so a lot of the material that I'm using in the videos is stuff that I'm teaching in my own classroom. So I'm going to continue on with that. And so again, if you have any suggestions of things you would like to see with world history, let me know, because I'm going to be working on some videos with that coming up. Another big thing I'm going to be working on is, of course, I just finished up creating, let me actually jump back here again. Sorry, I keep jumping back and forth here. But if you check out my YouTube channel, of course, and go to some of the playlist, you can see here in the playlist, I've got about 8 videos here about the Progressive Era in America. And again, in those videos, I go all the way through like what the Progressive Era is, political machines, muckrakers, temperance movement, labor movement, the Square Deal, Roosevelt Square Deal, all that stuff. So what I'm working on right now is I'm creating worksheets that go with all of those videos. So keep an eye out for that. I'm trying to get a whole packet together of worksheets. Of course, I already have one on the Gilded Age. So if you're teaching stuff like post-Civil War, of course, I have Reconstruction and the Gilded Age, and then you could throw in there Progressive Era as well. Also, I have Wild West. That kind of is all things that we could put, post-Civil War up through the early 1900s, and then, of course, go into World War I. I do have a World War I list as well. So again, make sure you check out some of these playlists. If you're ever wondering if I have something on a certain era, you can always go and look at these playlists here and see if there's something there for a certain era. But again, as I see more people jumping on the live chat here, if you have any like suggestions or comments or anything like that, please put them there on the live chat, and we can kind of talk about it here on this live chat. But again, right now I'm just kind of talking about some things that I'm doing with the Daily Bell Ringer and that are going to be coming up. So like I said, I'm going to be working on civilization, world civilization stuff. I'm going to be working more on some more American history and everything. And so those are a couple things. Then two, one of the big ones that I seem to have a lot of teachers and homeschool parents reaching out to me about is my presidential playlist. So if we look down here, I got this Presidents of the United States. And by the way, I know it kind of looks kind of weird here, but you can actually listen to these as a podcast as well. This is actually a feature that YouTube has where you can listen to these videos as podcast and download them as podcast. So that's why it says podcast on here. I mean, you can still go through the whole video playlist here and see all those videos, but it's just basically the audio of that video in a podcast. So you can see here I have all these presidents. The only problem is I haven't gone back and created lessons for every single one of these. And I've had a lot of teachers reach out to me saying they would like for me to put together like basically worksheets for each one of the presidents. And of course, I haven't gotten all the way through the presidents. I'm only up through Theodore Roosevelt right now. So I've still got a long ways to go. So that's one thing I'm going to be working on as well, is trying to get more of these worksheets done for presidents and everything. So that's one thing. Again, I'm really hoping to try to get more of that done here soon. So again, keep an eye out for that. And here I see Freddie is on here. So hi, Freddie, how you doing? And again, Eric, thanks for watching the videos. And again, thanks that you're watching and everything. Hopefully they're helping you out and all that. So again, thanks for watching. But speaking of all these things I'm working on, as I told you before, I'm a full-time teacher myself. I teach 6th, 7th, and 8th grade social studies. So every day I go to work or basically I get up super early in the morning, work on my projects with this. I try to get a couple miles on the treadmill done every morning, although sometimes I'm working on this and I don't necessarily get it done. But I'm pretty busy, all right, trying to get all of this done. And I love it when people send me requests and ask for certain videos. And as much as I can, I try to get those videos done that people are asking for. But every now and then it's like I just simply cannot get time to get through all the videos that everybody wants. But speaking of all this, you might tell I'm kind of exhausted right now. All this year I've been putting out a new video every single week. I mean, there's been a few weeks here and there where I haven't had a new video, but for the most part, I've put out a new video every single Sunday. I've had a new video. So keeping all that in mind, all these different projects that I'm really wanting to get done, I'm going to take a little bit of a brief hiatus here. It's not going to be like I'm going to stop making bell ringer videos. They're not going to stop. There's going to be more of them to come, but I need to take a little bit of a break to kind of go back and work on some other things that are related to the bell ringers. Like I said, the president worksheets, trying to get, stuff put together for that progressive era. I'll be trying to get the Rome playlist completed, hopefully maybe over the summer. So like I said, I'm not stopping making videos. No, I'm going to continue making them because again, there's so many topics in history that I want to talk about, that I love talking about. And I really like making these videos. So, I appreciate everybody watching. So like I said, I'm going to be taking a little bit of a break here over the summer. It's not like I'm not still going to be working on bell ringer stuff. I am still going to be trying to get some more bell ringer things together. And there's going to be more videos that will come out over the summer. There's going to be some on location videos. I'm excited for some places I get to travel to this summer. And every time I travel somewhere, I always like to try to put together a few videos that are actually on location, which I feel are a little more engaging than just me sitting here in my basement studio here and making videos. So over the summer, yeah, you're going to see a few new videos here and there. But probably I'm not going to be consistently posting videos again until after, probably early September is when I'll probably start consistently making videos again. However, even when I go back to consistently making videos, I might cut it down to only doing like a video every other week, if not maybe once a month, just because I'm already at the point where I've got over 300 something videos. And I know there's a lot of creators that have a lot more than that, but trying to juggle working full time and having a family and doing all these things I would like to do with the Daily Bell Ringer, kind of puts a restriction on my time. So I have to take a little bit of a break here and get some stuff together for myself, and then try to put some things together for the bell ringer. But keeping all that in mind, again, I told you before I was just going to spend this video basically talking about updates and new things that are coming for the Daily Bell Ringer. kind of some things that have been rattling around in my head that I would really like to do, that I'd really like to spend some time working on is, for one, I would really enjoy, I've already started working on a book, all right? And I suppose it's the first time I'm sharing this with anybody outside of my own family, but I've been working on this book a little bit off and on here for about the past year or so. Again, I haven't got that much of it done because I've been working a lot on making new bell ringer videos and new content. But I'm basically working on this book that is about basically teaching, like social studies, teaching social studies. And, you know, basically like a lot of it is for new teachers, like what to expect when you're teaching social studies, and what are some things that are misconceptions about when you teach social studies, and what teachers actually do day in and day out. So I'm kind of working on that a little bit. Don't know if that's ever going to actually come to completion. I'm probably just going to be one of those people that is talking about, hey, I'm writing a book, and it'll probably might never happen. I'm really hoping it will, though. I need to focus some more time on working on that. So kind of going hand in hand in that, I've kind of thought about as well trying to get a little bit into maybe doing a few educational speaking engagements here and there. I really wish I could visit some schools. Actually, it was kind of cool the other day. I ran into some students when I was at one of my own kids' athletic events, or not athletic events. It was actually a Scholastic Bowl I was at. And there were a few students from another school who recognized me from the videos and came over and said, hey, you know, we've watched you in class before. And so it was really cool to get to meet some other, in person, meet some other people that have been using the Daily Bell Ringer and everything. So I would really like to try to do that a little bit more and be able to maybe go to some schools and talk to students in person. That would be really awesome. So those are some things I've kind of got rattling around thinking about doing. Whether or not they're ever going to happen, who knows? But I do really love making these videos, and I'm going to continue making more and more videos. So as I said, if you have any comments, any suggestions, anything you'd like to share in the stream there, I can kind of talk about it here. If you have any questions about like how I make the bell ringers, or you know, what topics you're really interested in that you would like to see some more bell ringers about. Again, like I said, I've got lots and lots of people that send me suggestions, that say they would like to see this or that. I try my best to be able to make the videos that they would like to see. Sometimes it's just, a lot of times it's just videos that come up that even my own students in my own classroom will bring up a topic, and then I'll say, oh, hey, there should be a video about that. Like, for instance, the other day we were talking about, American history, and somebody asked, you know, why is America called America? So, of course, my last video I just created was about why is America called America. So a lot of times it's just simply things that my own students will bring up that will then prompt me to then create a video for the Daily Bell Ringer. But as I said, you know, if you want to make any comments there in the stream, I can kind of talk about some things there. But again, if you're somebody who's just jumping on here onto the live stream, I'm going to stay on here for a little while longer. But basically, this live stream is just basically to say, we've almost made it. We're almost there. Some of you already made it. I have some friends of mine that they're actually already out of school. I saw that they already have, you know, their kids have already finished up for the school year. I still have one more week to go before I'm going to be completely done with school. But I'm ready to be done, as all of us, I think, are ready to be done for this year. It's always that time of year where it's like, we've had enough. We just need to get to that finish line and finish up the year. But as I was talking about earlier in the broadcast, one of the big things I'm celebrating right now as we're getting towards the end of the year, I just crossed over 25,000 subscribers. It's super exciting to me that more people than just my own classroom are watching the videos. I know sometimes my own students think like, who in the world's watching these? But I do have to tell them, well, yeah, there's actually a lot of people around the country that are using some of these videos. I've had people from Guam contact me. I've had schools in Okinawa contact me. I've had schools over in Europe. And so it's just cool to me that YouTube has created this platform where we can do this, where I can talk about history and hopefully share ideas and share lessons with people around the world. So it's really cool that we can do this. But like I said, we just hit 25,000 subscribers. Not huge, but it's 25. It's basically 24,999 more people than what I thought would ever watch my videos. So again, it's just fun that more people are watching the videos. All right, so. All right, I see someone just made a comment about World War II. This is something, yes, I need to do a World War II video section of videos. I actually have one video already on World War II. It's It's one about battleships. I actually went to the USS Alabama a few years ago, so I made a video there at the USS Alabama. But I've had lots and lots of people. They've seen my World War One content. That again, I have a full worksheet pack that goes along with the World War One content, and so a lot of people have asked, would you make something that is about World War Two? World War II is one of those ones I'm kind of scared to get into, honestly, because there's so much. I mean, it is just almost an insurmountable amount of information that is involved with World War II, from the causes to talking about, the leaders and everything during the war, to the technology that was used during the war. I mean, it's just, part of me is almost like, where do I even start with this? Because, like I said, I'm a junior high history teacher, and actually in my content that I teach in my class, I basically pretty much just get through maybe just barely touching on Reconstruction in American history. So I don't necessarily get all the way to World War II. But again, I've been learning a lot by putting together some of the Gilded Age and Progressive Era. I'm working on American imperialism as well. Here I go, adding more stuff that I need to have on my plate here. But I just did a video about the causes of the Spanish-American War. I really want to do a video about the Spanish-American War. I might do one about the Philippines War. Again, there's lots of stuff there that I want to talk a little bit about American imperialism, because again, I've had some teachers contact me asking for that content. So yeah, I'm going to get to World War II eventually. I can't promise you when that's actually going to happen, but eventually, yeah, I'm going to get to World War II content someday. Again, like I said, I've got people that are asking for more presidents, for more, again, American imperialism, world history content. So I'm trying to cover all this as much as I can. So again, thanks for the suggestion there. I'm gonna try to get to it eventually. Hopefully it'll be before it's sometime in a reasonable amount of time so that you can actually use that content. But as I said, again, I got some more people jumping on here, watching the video. I just hit 25,000 subscribers. All right, so I have somebody asking here for the transcripts of the videos. So when I make a video, YouTube has a I guess you would say, I don't know if it's an algorithm or what you would say it is, but they have basically a program that automatically closed captions the video for me. I don't necessarily go in and type in those closed captions one by one. I do always have a script that I've printed out, or that I use for the videos. Honestly, you bring up a good question there, because honestly, maybe I can find a way that I can post some of those scripts for the videos. I don't know if that might help out. Let me think about that. That's something that I honestly had not considered, is maybe doing some of the translations of the sorry, my desk is shaking here as I'm writing this down. But is there a way that I can share those scripts? I'm trying to think if there is. That might be something I'm going to have to think about a little bit, is how I can possibly share those. Again, I know that YouTube has an automatic translator, but again, I'm sure it's based on Google Translate, which isn't always the most accurate and everything as far as translations. But there's some other bigger content creators that I've kind of worked with before and talked with, and I might see if maybe they have some suggestions there for what we could do to get transcripts, so that way you could do translations. That's a great idea, and again, something I hadn't considered, so I'm glad that I jumped on here, so you kind of gave me an idea. Hopefully we can get that figured out, and sometime here soon I can get something going for translations. But again, if you're somebody who's just jumping on to the live stream here, like I said, I'm kind of just here basically saying, happy end of the school year. We've almost made it there. Some exciting things for the Daily Bell Ringer. It just hit 25,000 subscribers not that long ago. Actually, I think I'm almost halfway to 26,000 at this point. But again, thank you so much for watching. Also, another big thing, I haven't really talked about this or posted this. We just crossed over 5 million views as well on the Daily Bell Ringer. So again, it's not like I'm a channel that has, 100,000 or 300,000 views or even 1 million views per video, but I feel like I'm excited because I see like it's consistently, my videos are getting viewed by teachers and being used as part of content in the classroom. So it's kind of cool to me to get to see that people are actually using the videos and using them as part of their content. But again, as I was talking about before, one of the big things that I'm going to be doing this summer is creating more worksheets that go along, especially with presidents videos, with progressive era videos. I'm trying to finish that up as well, and then too, I'm going to be hopefully getting more of ancient Rome finished up. I hope to have that done before the beginning of next year. And again, as I was saying at the beginning of this, if you have any suggestions for world history content you'd like to see, please put them in the chat, because again, I'm kind of thinking I might go to the Indus Valley. I might possibly jump over to China. I need to do the ancient Hebrews is another big one I need to hit. So again, I got lots of content that I need to be getting to, but again, keeping all that in mind, of all the content I'm trying to make and all the stuff I'm trying to get done here with the Bell Ringer, the big update for the Daily Bell Ringer is that I'm going to take a little bit of a break here at the end of the school year. Actually, if you're somebody who subscribes to my email list or follows me on Facebook or whatever, if you're one of those people that are following me there, you probably see, again, I post a new video every week, and you'll always see like this is the upcoming video, especially if you're looking at my email list messages. But you're probably not going to see a new video here for a little bit because, again, I've got some other things I'm going to be working on, got some on location videos I'm going to be making here soon, things like that that are going to be going on. So it's not like I'm ending making Bell Ringer videos. I'm still going to continue making them. I really love doing this. This is like I said before, it's my hobby that I really enjoy doing, that actually I feel like helps people. So I'm going to be making some videos over the summer. There's going to be sporadic here and there. There's going to be new videos coming out not consistently all the time, but it won't really get consistent again until probably next school year, that I'll start making more consistent videos. And even then, when I start making more consistent videos, I'm probably going to be doing it maybe every other week or maybe once a month. Okay, so here I see India and China would be great. So yeah, those are two. I haven't taught about India and China in quite a while, but those were kind of the two that I was looking at that I was like, yeah, these are ones that I really, really need to cover next. So I probably have maybe 2 or 3 more videos to make with Rome, and that one will be all finished up. And then after that, then we'll get to, then I'll get to hopefully India and China. So again, hopefully those will be working out here. And so again, like I said, I appreciate everybody watching. I just wanted to come on here and just kind of do a little bit of a live chat. I haven't done one it's been a couple years, honestly, since I jumped on here to do a live chat. And so let me see here. Sorry, I'm just looking here a little bit at the stream here. But so again, if you could, if you've got suggestions, if there's anything you'd like to see from the Daily Bell Ringer, if you got questions about the Daily Bell Ringer, probably one of the biggest questions I get whenever I talk to classes, because sometimes at the end of the year, I will do I'll be able to do a Zoom call with classes from around the country that have been using the Bell Ringer videos. A lot of times, one of the biggest questions I get is, what is your name? Because I don't always like talk about myself too much on the channel and everything. So again, you might have seen. You might have seen some, I think there's been some comments on here from probably some of my own students who have been on here. But so again, if you've seen like the general description of the channel, my name's Jared Bruning. I'm a junior high history teacher, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade in Illinois. All right, Illinois, not Chicago, Illinois. So again, Nothing against Chicago, but Chicago is a whole nother section of Illinois. I'm not from Chicago. I'm from the other part of Illinois, the downstate part of Illinois is where I'm located. And so, again, Michelle, thank you for watching. Thanks so much for your support and continuing to watch the channel. Again, like I said, hopefully it's something that is really helping you out with your content and teaching history and everything. But as I told you, I'm from Illinois. I'm, like I said, a junior high history teacher who is kind of a nerd that enjoys making videos as well. So a few years ago, there was another teacher I worked with that was an English teacher that they basically said, you're going to teach American history next year. And literally this teacher I worked with was in tears and crying that she was like, I can't teach American history. I don't know anything about it. How can I teach this? So I thought to myself, how could I help this teacher out? So I started making little videos like bell ringer videos for that teacher to use. And I said, here, you can use this stuff maybe to get things started in your classroom. And then it was my wife who was the one that was smart enough to say to me, why don't you just put it on YouTube and just see if everybody would use it. Actually, I think I was posting on YouTube, but I was using it as an unlisted video so I could just easily send her the links to these videos. But then my wife was like, just make them public. Just, see if anybody else wants to use them. So that's kind of how it started. And again, I called it Daily Bell Ringer because, my own students in my class, that was kind of my typical thing. And I still do this in my class. I mean, I don't necessarily watch my videos every single day. I know hopefully there's some teachers that maybe use my videos every day. That's great. I don't necessarily use my videos every single day. Actually, a lot of times, most times, probably 75 to 80% of the time, it's not a video. It's actually a reading that we do. So I would call it the Daily Bell Ringer because, again, when the students came in, the bell had just rung, and I said, okay, time to do your Daily Bell Ringer. So actually, I think it was the students who really started calling it that. Like, they said, well, it's what we do when the bell rings. And I know it's terminology that a lot of teachers use and that's kind of common among people in education. But then they started calling it the Daily Bell Ringer. And so then when I started making the videos, I was like, well, I'm going to kind of intend this as being a bell ringer, that it be something that they do at the beginning of class when they come into history class, a quick video that has some questions with it that then they can expand upon. So that's kind of where it got started. The genesis of the Daily Bell Ringer was all from that. And kind of as I've kept on doing it, I've gotten better and better at it. I feel I've gotten better and better at it. Maybe you don't feel some of my more recent videos are that great. But I just want to make a video that's straight to the point. I know there's a lot of channels out there that, put in a lot of humor, which is good. It's great to have some humor in there, but sometimes I've watched a lot of history videos that it's kind of like, it's nothing but humor, and it's like can't really get to the point, and it's kind of overshadowing what the main topic is. So I wanted to have something that was just short, 5 minutes or less, that just simply said this is the basic history and now we can move on. So I'm hoping that the Daily Bell Ringer is kind of a resource that sets the stage for your class or for whatever content you're going to be covering, or if you're a student and you're just studying for something and maybe you're doing a report on something and you're just trying to find some basic information, hopefully my videos can help out there. So again, I see some people here that say they watch my videos in their history class. That's great. Thanks so much for watching. And speaking of watching in your history class here, I'll throw this out as well. I've had several teachers contact me in the past that have asked me to do like little shout out videos for their classes. If you're interested in doing that, I'm sure if you look on my website, do a little bit of digging on my YouTube channel. I probably won't throw everything out here right now, but if you email me, I'm always happy to create like a little short, like 20 to 30-second video just saying, hi to some of the classes that are watching. So if you're interested in that, definitely, if you want to reach out and contact me, I think my email address is on my channel. So, if you kind of go through the whole thing of I'm Not a Robot, you should be able to get to my email address. And if you want to email me, I'm always happy to do that. So I see someone here saying that they are a first-year teacher drowning in the progressive era right now, trying to find ways to get through it. So again, like I said, if you're just joining me right now, one of the big things I'm working on, that's one of the reasons why I'm taking a little bit of a hiatus. I'm calling it a hiatus, even though I'm still going to be working on bell ringer content, but I'm going to be working on creating the rest of the worksheets that go directly with progressive era content. Actually, today I was just working on the temperance movement and putting together some materials, finding a primary source about the temperance movement and everything. So, like I said, if you check out dailybellringer.com, I got all those worksheets. Actually, I'll jump over there here real quick again. I haven't jumped over here in a little bit, but if you look over here on dailybellringer.com, here is dailybellringer.com, where all the worksheets are at. And again, I've got, links to all my different videos. If you click on some of these, let me, if it'll load up here. If you click on some of these different topics here, it'll take you to basically like a page. So if I go here to, let's say, the Constitution, and I go to videos and everything, it will then take you to the whole playlist. It'll have like the whole worksheet packet there and everything. And then too, if you look for individual worksheets as well, you can always go to just my worksheets page and look for the topic. Now, some things like the progressive era, I haven't quite exactly gotten all that put together yet. And again, I'm in the process of putting a lot of this together. But like, for instance, here with the Constitution, if you look here, I've got all these worksheets, so you can kind of just click through and pick which worksheet you like. Also, there's links to these worksheets in the video description for the different on the videos themselves. But I guess I want to scroll down here too. Let me see. Okay, so like here, for instance, here's the most recent one that I made about why is America called America. So just to kind of give you an idea of what is on here. This one, of course, has questions, has a little crossword thing at the bottom. Then it has a thing on the back where they're supposed to create memes based on who those guys were that were involved with making or with discovery of America or whatever. So Columbus and Amerigo Vespucci and people like that. But if you look here too, let me scroll back down here again too. Let me see. I just had the causes of the, one second here. Let me see. Even I'm getting lost a little bit. I've got so many worksheets now, it's kind of becoming a problem that I have so much stuff here. Okay, so again, here's like the one for the causes of the Spanish-American War. You can see it's got additional questions there. It's got a little political cartoon for the students to analyze. Then on the back, there's actually a primary source from a newspaper when the USS Maine was sunk there during the Spanish-American War, at the beginning of the Spanish-American War. So, that's kind of what a worksheet looks like. But the big thing that I was bringing up earlier in the broadcast here is I do have a sale going on right now, since it is the end of the school year. And let me see here, that since the end of the school year here, if you look, I got 20% off purchases over $25. So again, if you buy one of those packets, like for instance the Constitution, I think there's like 17 or 18 worksheets in there. If you check that one out or want to use all those, again, you could purchase that and you get 20% off if you use that promo code end of year 2024. So again, if you're interested, definitely check those out. But again, you were asking about the progressive era. I'm hoping to soon have all those worksheets done for the progressive era, which might be something that can help you out if you're working on stuff there. So someone was asking here, do you sell a larger bundle of your worksheets from American history that covers prehistory to Reconstruction? Oh, I got stuff that goes through Native American history. I guess here real quick, I'll jump back over here to the website. If you look at the website here and go to, let me close this up here. So if you go to the worksheets on dailybellringer.com, and again, it takes a moment for it to load up because like I said, I've got hundreds of worksheets here that go with just about every topic that I've made a video for. But if you look here, I've got this one at the top that says full worksheet packs. And there's one here that is basically Native American history through Reconstruction. That's like 17 different packets, I believe, here, or maybe not quite 17 packets. It's like over 145 worksheets. So it's a year long worth of content, honestly, if you wanted to use that. But again, it goes all the way from Native American history through the early colonies, U.S. Constitution's in there, causes of the Civil War, and then Reconstruction, all in that one packet. So, that's one I got there. And again, right now, I got that 20% off. So that would take a big chunk off of that. And again, a typical worksheet costs $2.25 is the typical price that I have on my worksheets. And if you do that deal, I believe it comes out to like somewhere like $1.90 or something like that. So, and then if you had the 20% off to that, you get a whole lot more off. So again, I don't want to turn this into a sales pitch. It is one of the things I really enjoy doing and putting those together for people to be able to use and everything. But again, if anybody's just joining right now, and I apologize for those of you that have been listening this whole time, but again, it's the end of the school year. I just wanted to jump on and say, hey, say hi to everybody, say thank you for watching the Daily Bell Ringer. I've said it many times on here, but just I'm so grateful for everyone that's watching, and I'm just, it's something that, again, I never thought that more than one person would be watching this, because like I said, I made this for one other teacher, and it's turned into something that a lot of people are now using in the classroom or using as home educators and everything. So again, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for your support. It's just cool to be able to make these videos. And like I said, it's amazing for me. I suppose you can tell I'm a little bit older. I'm not the young 20-year-old YouTuber or anything like that. I'm a seasoned veteran. I'm the crafty veteran who's been in the classroom for quite a while. That's probably why I'm gray. Is why, since I've been in the classroom so long, that's why I've turned gray. But it's amazing to me to just think about like how YouTube and the internet has changed things so much. I realize a lot of people on here probably watching maybe have never, remember having rotary phones or anything like that. But just the fact now that I can sit in my basement, make these videos, and it can be watched by literally hundreds or thousands of students around the country. And it's just kind of cool. I mean, it's just amazing to think about how connected we've become and how we can do these things and everything. It's always fun for me whenever I'm teaching my own class to get like an email from like a teacher or a student saying, hey, we just watched this video. And to think about the fact that it's like, here I am teaching my class, my little class here in Western Illinois, and then I've got a class somewhere in California or Texas or Florida that I also get a chance to kind of share some stuff with about history. And again, I love history. That's my big thing. Yes, I love teaching. I love that I have a job where I can go to work and talk about history and share how important history is and be able to make a living at that. And being able to do this with the Daily Bell Ringer and share more about my love of history and everything. And I realize sometimes in my videos I'm not as animated because I told you before, one of the big reasons why I made this channel, one of the big things that I'm kind of want to stay true to is just creating something that is the basic, here's the flat history. In fact, that's a lot of times what I call my channel, is I'm just a flat history channel because it's just basically, here's the flat information. But I put myself in the video because a lot of times that keeps people more engaged if they see someone's face. Because you've probably seen a lot of history videos. I know I've seen a lot of history videos where it's just a lot of pictures and a narration, which isn't bad. I mean, heck, Ken Burns knocked it out of the park with his, series of videos he's made based on that. But even with Ken Burns' video, he's, he mixes in historians that are talking and everything. And so there's actually a lot of research that says, you got to have someone's face there in front of you when people are learning about history. So again, that's kind of why I do this, where I actually have my face on there as well. Even if it's only for a few seconds, then I have pictures and then my face, pictures, and my face, so that way hopefully it keeps people more engaged a little bit with the videos. So so again, I'm probably just rambling on here about random stuff, but like I said, if you have any comments or questions or suggestions, I've already got some great suggestions about possibly getting some scripts together for the videos and somehow posting those somewhere, so that way if you're someone who is needing to translate it or use something like that. Now again, the scripts may not be 100%, I guess you could say 100% completely accurate to what I say in the video. I mean, the history is going to be there, but there might be a few things here and there that might be a little bit different. But I may have to start looking at maybe in my video descriptions. And again, I can't promise this, but I'm kind of maybe thinking maybe in the video descriptions I might post something that's just like simply the script to the video, so that way you can get kind of a transcript of each video. But again, that's when I think about the fact that I have well over 300 videos, it's kind of daunting to think about going back and trying to get all of those scripts. I know some of the videos that are some of my first ones, I don't necessarily still have access to some of the material that I originally was making with that. So again, hopefully I've answered a lot of the questions that people have had about the Daily Bell Ringer here tonight. Again, it's been great to see a few people make some comments on here, to see some people share about how they've been using the Daily Bell Ringer. And again, like I said, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for everybody that's out there that's been using the bell ringer, that enjoys using the bell ringer. I know there might be some students that are watching this that maybe don't enjoy the bell ringer as much as others do. I know for we as teachers, this type of stuff is gold to us, that it's like, here's a simple way we can share the information. And again, that's, and honestly, and I apologize if I'm going and rambling on here, but that's another part of my philosophy with what I do with the Daily Bell Ringer, is that it's not meant to replace the teacher. It's simply meant to be, here is the thing that I feel like I almost think of it as being like T-ball. I'm teeing the ball up for the teacher. So that way the kids have the basic information, so that way then you can go do something else with it, whether it's doing a project or doing a primary source reading or some sort of an assignment related to that topic. So like, say for instance, you're going to be talking about trade in New York City, maybe in the early 1800s, or how New York City grew as part of your content. And you want to talk about the Erie Canal, but you don't want to spend 30 minutes watching a whole documentary, but you want something that's just real quick, watch my video about the Erie Canal. And then after that, then you can say, okay, here's this primary source of someone describing sailing down the Erie Canal, or here's I want you to draw a diagram of the Erie Canal, or whatever, So again, my videos, I'm definitely not wanting to take the place of teachers, because again, there's honestly no replacing a teacher in the classroom. These videos we have on YouTube are great supplements. They're great ways to kind of add a little bit to your lesson, but it's never going to replace the teacher. I know that for a fact because I'm a teacher in the classroom and I work with students every single day. And I know there's no way we can replace what teachers actually do in the classroom, because there's so much more than just simply the content that we're trying to get across. And again, I would probably get way more into detail here of what my own philosophies are about teaching and everything, but that's not what this whole video is about here today. So again, I just want to say thank you to everybody that's been watching. Thank you for the 25,000 subscribers. That's awesome. I love it that I have that many people that are watching and learning history. And again, just hit 5 million views on the channel. So just one last quick little update here, as I'm probably going to be tying it up here, but if there's anybody new that's watching the video here, going to be jumping in to see the video, the big update with the Daily Bell Ringer, I'm going to be taking a little bit of a hiatus. The Daily Bell Ringer is not ending. I want to make that absolutely clear. It's not ending. I'm not abandoning the channel. It just might be you may not see a new video for a few weeks. Maybe here in about a month or so, maybe you'll see a new video. Then it might be a couple weeks, and then you might see another video, and then it might be a month, and then you might see a video. So again, I'm going to get a little more sporadic, at least here over the summer, of making videos. Hopefully I'll get more consistent once we get to next school year. But even next school year, it's going to be cut down a little bit. It's probably not going to be an every week deal, because I have so many other things related to the Bell Ringer that I'm working on. Worksheets, possibly writing a book, possibly, getting into arranging some educational speaking things like that I would really, really love to work on and try to do a little bit more of, because again, I've had a number of people contact me about some of those things, and I feel like I need to kind of back off on the video production part of it and start working on some of the other things that accompany the Daily Bell Ringer. So hopefully I'm going to be creating more resources, things like that. And so Beth says, thank you for all that you're sharing with us. So again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being one of those people that are watching the videos. Again, I know it's not a ton, and it's great that I have some people out there watching. So again, thank you so much for taking the time to jump on here tonight to just hear a little bit more about the Daily Bell Ringer. Like I said, I know I'm just rambling on here, but I really appreciate those of you that are watching and those of you that have been consistently watching the bell ringers and using them. As I said before, if you ever want to reach out to me, just look on my YouTube channel. I'm sure you can get to my email address. Feel free to email me. If you want me to make a shout-out video for your class, I'm happy to make shout-out videos for classes. I have a number of schools that I made shout-out videos for. If your class has a suggestion, anything like that. One thing that I totally forgot about this. There was one class that I was speaking to a couple months ago out in... Actually, I think they were in Southern Illinois, now that I think about it, not too far from where I'm at, probably about 3 or 4 hours away. But if you notice behind me, again, I have a lot of pictures here. These are actually a couple pictures that have been colored by my own children that you see back here behind me, and some little, art projects they created that were related to history that I've hung up behind me. But some people have asked about, if they made some fan art, would I be willing to put it in the background? Absolutely. If you send me something, just email me, and if you have some students that want to make something, maybe you're looking for something for students to do here in the last week of school, because I know that we're getting to the end. That's kind of the whole point of this video, is that we're getting to the end of this school year. But if you're looking for something for students to do here in this last week, maybe see if maybe some artistic kids might put together a some sort of a fan art, if they're interested in doing that. And if you contact me, I'll send you the details of how to get it to me, and I might just put it in the background for a few videos here and there. So again, if you have some students that might be interested in doing that, feel free to reach out, and I'd be happy to do that as well. So again, please, I guess my whole point is here, feel free to contact me. All right, feel free to reach out and send me an email. I always love getting emails from anybody that's watching the Bell Ringer. I always try to get back as quickly as possible to anybody that's emailed me. Sometimes it's not always perfect, especially this summer. It's not going to be great because, again, it's summertime. I'm a teacher, so I'm probably going to be taking a little bit of a break for a little bit. So again, that's why I'm taking a hiatus, because I'm just kind of getting a little worn out here this year, and I need to kind of take a little bit of a break, back off, and get some other things done with the Daily Bell Ringer. So things like, more worksheets for Progressive Era, President's worksheets, finish up Ancient Rome, stuff like that. So again, please don't, think that the Bell Ringer's done if you don't see a video coming every week. It's not done. I'm going to continue doing this. So, I kind of see what time it's getting to here. It's getting close to 8 o'clock. I got to get my own kids in bed. I got to go to bed myself because I got to get up early and work on some more stuff for the Daily Bell Ringer. As I told you, I'm a full-time teacher myself. So most of the stuff that I work on real early in the morning. And then my wife gets mad at me for falling asleep on the couch when I get home from school. But again, it's like I said, it's a hobby that I love, and it's a hobby that I'm so excited that I feel like it's actually helping people. So I love it that I found a hobby that encapsulates my love of history, but then at the same time is helping students, helping teachers, helping home educators, all of that. So again, thank you so much for watching here tonight. Thank you for making some of those comments on there, giving me some ideas of some things maybe I possibly need to work on as well. So again, thank you so much. So with that, I'm probably going to bring this little live chat to an end. Thank you for being patient there at the beginning. I had a little bit of technical difficulties, but thank you for jumping on here even with those technical difficulties. And so, again, if you want to reach out, feel free to reach out to me. And so with that, I guess I will say, I guess I'll end it with my typical ending for a Bell Ringer video. So with that, hopefully you learned something, or hopefully